Before we start the video, I just wanted to remind you guys that in a week and a half, we are going to start our Bottled and Bond bracket. Now, with the Bottled and Bond bracket, we are doing a giveaway. So if you want to be part of the giveaway and have a chance to win a pretty sweet prize, click the link above to find out how to enter and what the rules are. It is a great prize. It'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to doing this. And we're going to end it with our final live stream. Also, if you want to be aware of the other upcoming opportunities that we're going to do, because we're looking at a couple other giveaways, a couple other brackets, fun things to do, getting your help on what we should do next, please check out our Patreon community. Brand new. We got some sweet stuff like these Glencairns that we're giving away and different things like that. So please check that out if you like the channel. Also, once again, thanks for watching. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy this video of our review of Old Forester 1897, which is in our Bottled and Bond bracket.
Okay, today we're going to review Old Forester Bottle and Bond. It is their 1897. The 1897 year specifically is kind of interesting, just because that particular year is actually related to the Bottle and Bond Act, which is kind of why they actually gave it that particular year. It's part of the Whiskey Row series, and honestly, just a delicious drink.
This is part of
Yeah.
the Old Forester Whiskey Row series.
Yeah, so
this is the second installment in the Whiskey Row series.
Yep, and you guys probably are more familiar with the 1910 and the 1920 because those are the kind of the heavy hitters of the group. But this one, the 1897's got a little bit of talking about it and everything like that. What the Whiskey Row is for those of us that live in Louisville and are familiar with it, there is a Whiskey Row downtown Louisville that they're trying to revitalize. And so Old Forester moved there to open up their kind of their distillery, that their showpiece for tourist stuff and everything like that. There's now Hotel Distill. There's a really sweet speakeasy called Hell or High Water if you get a chance to visit that. But it's a great place and it's a lot of fun that they're revitalizing. And so they opened that place up and they started releasing 4 different bourbons, one each year. And this is the second release. So it's pretty exciting.
And going back to the bourbon at hand here, this is, when you look at the 1910, 1920, some of the ones that get kind of the more the publicity from the Old Forester line, this one I feel like just offers a different experience than those ones, and it's kind of why we honestly chose to review this one tonight. So you kind of have to, I feel like, begin to drink this one and kind of get the 1920 especially, and then also the 1910 kind of out of your head, and just kind of take this one for what it is.
Well, I would say not only that, you got to get every Old Faux product out of your head, because this, out of every Old Faux product I've ever had, is completely off profile of anything else. So this has got, on the nose, you got some herbal notes, you got none of that banana you normally get with an Old Faux product. Really not strong on any of the like brown sugar notes that you usually get either. So it is like
a little bit with the fruit.
Probably. Yeah, no. You're used to that. Yeah, the banana, the wood, maybe a little bit of smoke with the Old Faux, and this just offers definitely something a little bit more fruity, a little bit more subtle. You still have some oak elements in here, but not to the same degree that you would expect from your typical Old Faux product, which for someone who likes all those things may seem kind of like a step back, but it actually works very nicely.
To me, this is really well balanced from start to finish. Like it draws you in with the nose. You're picking up pear and apple, along with a little bit of oak and caramel.
I feel like slight oak, slight floral, maybe.
And it transitions well throughout. Like it's just well balanced start to finish.
On the palate and the finish, you're getting finally some of those caramel honey notes, and then spice, which on any Old Faux product I've never got a ton of spice. Maybe there's a couple like single barrel picks and master taster series stuff that they've specifically designed that way. But as far as their regular product line, you never get a ton of super spicy notes, which you get in this thing.
And on the finish of this, I feel like the spice kind of builds. So if you were to go purchase this and get it, I feel like if you were just kind of slowly take a sip here and then just let it sit a little bit before you finish it, you're going to just feel that spice build over time, not to an amount that you can't really tolerate, but just kind of an enjoyable peppery finish.
Yeah,
So-
and when I tasted this earlier, the first thing I went to is, I think, well, for sure, Brian and I both have Old Forester 100. I'm not sure if TJ has a bottle of Old Fo 100. And that's one that's like $20, great for the price, a great value, good mixer, can stand alone as a straight pour as well. So I went and poured a small Glencairn of that compared to the 1897, same proof. So $25 more per bottle for the 1897, and you definitely get what you pay for. So you're just getting a deeper complexity, the traditional bourbon notes. If you're drinking it solo, if you're drinking it neat, the 1897 is definitely the way to go.
Yep.
And would you say that you feel like that price difference is worth it for you?
Yes, I wish I didn't have that 2/3 full bottle of Old Fo 100, and it was an 1897.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel the same way. Like if you need that $25 bottle, I love my Old Fo, but I would rather have one of the Old Fo Bottle and Bond than two of my Old Fo 100 every day of the week.
I mean, you got to remember the Old Fo 100, just like the Old Fo Rye, they're both designed as well mixers. They are not designed for neat. This is absolutely designed to drink neat. So
that was my point.
Yeah. So let's rate this sucker. So nose, what are we thinking?
I'm at 3.5.
Yeah, I'm definitely
like the fruit comes through. You get the traditional caramel vanilla. I like it.
I'm going to be the odd man out. I'm going to say it's a 3 on the nose. It's not quite there for me, but I will then say on the palate, definitely a 3.5. Like that palate is amazing. You get some of the sweet notes finally coming in, and then you're going into that peppery finish.
Agreed, 3.5.
Yeah, I'm in the same place. I do feel like the nose is a 3.5, and it just kind of goes up from there. And the palate's also the 3.5. I'd say, the palate is, I feel like, superior to the nose level.
All right, and the finish, I'm at a 3.5 again.
Yeah, 3.5.
I'm at a very strong 3.5. But still out of 3.5. I know Old Fo bias coming in. If you've watched a lot of our videos, you know that I love my Old Fo. I think they just make great products all around. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with 3.5, but a strong 3.5. So if we have an asterisk next to that in our ratings, I really appreciate it.
No asterisk unless it took steroids like Barry Bonds.
Yep. All right, and then as far as availability goes, to the best of my knowledge, this is widely available.
Pretty widely available.
I can get it, Brian can get it, Chuck can get it. That's all that you know we can test our data on. So it should be widely available. And then final recommendation, I will go first. And for me, it's a buy. Like I kind of want to have all 4 Whiskey Row on my bar, just for the simple fact that I haven't had a bad Whiskey Row yet. Now I haven't had the original one, which is the original batch that they have. It's pre-prohibition style, but 1910, 1920, 1897, all great products. So it's a buy for me.
Yeah, I'll let Brian go last year. I'm going to buy as well. Like I love 1920. That's on my shelf. Consider that kind of a equivalent to a daily drinker. Watch for a video dropping soon of the only 5 bourbons that you need, in my opinion. And honestly, this 1897, like I think it hits all the marks that you need for a daily drinker. So available, price wise, I think it's obviously depending on budget. And then it's just very well balanced. So I think it drinks higher than 100 proof in terms of flavor. It doesn't come through, it doesn't hit you, but that's more of like in the flavor component. So yeah, I'm gonna buy.
Yeah, for me, this is an easy buy. You don't need to hunt. So, I mean, you might have to go to like 2, maybe 3 stores at the most to be able to find this. But there's a strong likelihood the first place you go to will probably have this. Definitely buy. It's worth $45. You're getting what you pay for here, even a little bit over that. It's enjoyable. Like I said earlier, it's a variant of the traditional Old Foe lineup. And so, yeah, buy it. Don't second guess it. Go for it.
If you did not see our video that we released last Tuesday, we are doing a giveaway. So we are doing for March Madness, we are doing a bottled and bond bracket. And with Old Foe 1897 here at about $45, there is another bourbon out there that is in our bracket that is way harder to get. People go goo over way more, and we are not sold it's better. Now, the good thing is these two are not matched up head to head in the beginning in our bracket, so we can try it tonight. And that is going to be the E.H. Taylor bottled and bond. So same rules, same everything for it, but it comes out of Buffalo Trace instead. And kind of the two big boys on the block here in Louisville are, or at least in the Louisville area of Kentucky, is Buffalo Trace and Old Forester. So we're going to see here kind of in this extra little bit that we're going to do, does it have a chance against Old Foe 1897 or not?
Yeah, and to be fair, we seeded E.H. Taylor higher than 1897.
Yeah.
So I guess in this instance, the 1897 would be considered the underdog.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. The comparison to these noses, like you get a whiff of that E.H. Taylor. Wow, you're seeing so much more caramel and vanilla. I feel like sweetness right off the bat. Once again, maybe it's Old Foe bias, but I almost feel like that sweetness is almost just too much.
I don't know. I like the Taylor nose better. It's the caramel. You got the oak is more pronounced. You got a little bit of leather back there. It is a much more well-rounded nose for me.
I guess as a side note, I should also mention I'm not a sweet person in general. In fact,
your wife can attest to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, my wife makes fun of me all the time because she's like, I'm like, okay, I have like one donut or like half a donut and I'm done. Like I'm always turning down.
I don't think that's what I was referencing, but
I see what you did there. So and so for me, at least a little bit, that nose is just, once again, in comparison, just wow. It hits you with those notes right there.
I mean, they are, for being, again, both bottled and bond, both 4 years minimum, completely different. It's another one that shows you couldn't have two more different things. If I had to give it today, for me, the Taylor wins. Like,
I think I give it the edge on the nose. The palate and finish, while different, I think are more or less are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just where your preference is running that day. So I give the nod to the Taylor. But this is making me excited for our bottle and bond bracket challenge, because dang, this, like, we go into it and we think, of course, we have our seed and we think we're you have your clear favorites, and you think it's the top two maybe that are really just gonna. It's the Duke, North Carolina, not this year, but in a normal year. It's the heavy hitters,
definitely
that are just going to go through to the finals. And this comparison tonight is like, ooh, that's closer than you think.
Yeah, and this comparison tonight, like, to me tonight, the Taylor wins. But I'm also willing to admit, depending on what I eat that day, how I feel that day, the Old Foe could win. Like, they are that close neck and neck. It's just like, what do I feel for that night? And to me tonight, I like the very traditional brown sugar vanilla flavor profile with a good oak finish, which is what you get with the Taylor and not what you're getting with the 1897.
I mean, both good here. And I might be off on this, but man, I taste these side by side, and the sweetness of the Taylor comes through that vanilla, that caramel. Gosh, borderline like dessert bourbon. I feel like when you're tasting these side by side. So a little bit of it might just be your preference.
All bourbon is dessert bourbon.
That's a valid point, Charlie. That's one of the wiser things that I think you've ever said on this channel or in life in general. So if you're looking for more of that smoke, oak, leather in your bourbon, you're probably not getting that in your E.H. Taylor quite as much. But man, you're getting some delicious sweet vanilla, caramel, all the way through, and like TJ said, with that hint of like oak and wood at the end, that is absolutely delicious.
So I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited to do this bracket. Who I thought's going to win might not necessarily win. And again, you guys have a chance for a giveaway. So check out that video. I'll link it again up above, and I'll link it in the comments below. But definitely check it out. You can win some sweet prizes, everything like that. And we're going to end the whole bracket off in our first live stream. And who knows what we'll decide to give away during that. I did just get 2 limited edition Maker's Marks back there, and a sample could be poured because we've got a ton of sample bottles between the 3 of us. So check it out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. In the comment, let us know how we do and what else we need to try. So because we're always on the lookout for new bourbon. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Stay neat.
Power bourbon.